every delegate counts. So far, Louisiana, Georgia, and Puerto Rico have delayed their primaries, and Wyoming is switching from an in-person caucus to mail-in only. This Tuesday, 4 states, Ohio, Illinois, Arizona, and Florida, remain committed to going forward with their elections. But in Arizona, election officials have already announced over a third of polling locations in Maricopa County will be closed. Joining me now from Miami is Juan Peñalosa. He's the executive director of the Florida Democratic Party. All right, Juan, I mean, we are seeing changes in a variety of states. You have in Chicago, the Chicago Tribune reporting that election judges are dropping out and polling places are closing. What type of accommodations are you making in Florida to mitigate these realities?
Yeah, so on Wednesday, the governor, at the urging of Democratic and Republican legislators, held a press conference where he outlined resolutions and methods to ensure that our voters are safe. They included sanitizing and upping, cleaning polling places, implementing social distancing in lines to ensure that those that turn out actually have a safe experience. He also called for closures of senior polling places at senior centers, nursing homes, et cetera, so that we don't put our most at-risk populations at even more risk. The issue that we're having in Florida right now is while the governor called for those closures on Wednesday, and I think those were prudent actions for him to take and applaud them, he has still not provided a list of polling sites that have been affected for the Florida Democratic Party or other organizations. You know, we want to do our part. We want to be good partners here. We want to do what we do best, which is call on our 100+ staff and thousands of volunteers across the state to phone bank and text those voters that may be in affected precincts. But until the governor provides that list, we're unable to do so. So in order for our democracy to work, everybody needs to pitch in. But the State Division of Elections, Governor DeSantis, need to uphold their end of the responsibility and provide the information that voters need to vote.
Juan, we have a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll, and it shows an overwhelming number of Democrats, 79%, feel that the worst is yet to come when it comes to COVID-19,
Sure.
compared to 40% of Republicans who feel that way. Does that concern you when you look at those numbers and you think about the type of turnout you want to see on Tuesday?
Well, in Florida, we've had early voting and vote by mail going on for some time. So a few million people have already cast their ballots in the state. Over 1 million Democrats have already cast their ballots. And it looks like on Tuesday we will have a safe and fair election. But yeah, looking forward, that does concern me. And we should all be looking at the fact that our democracy is founded on the very premise of one person, one vote. We need to, and the new norm in this country is that the unknown unknowns are becoming more and more common. So we need to be looking at ways to protect the vote, to mitigate some of these unknowns. We should be looking at states like Colorado, who have a statewide vote by mail system in place so that voters can vote in the comfort and safety of their own home. We should expand election hours and early vote sites so we don't have long lines that may put people at risk. I think that there are definitely measures that we can take in this state and across the country to address risks and unknowns like COVID-19, but we need to start acting now, and we're calling on our Governor Ron DeSantis, as well as our state legislator to make some of those amendments.
All right, Juan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. We miss you in Miami, Alicia, but congrats on the new show.
I miss Miami. Schools across the